This is fine. Hey guys, Brian Hilliard here, author of the best-selling book, Networking Like a Pro, and How to Overachieve Without Overcommitting. And I gotta tell you, one of the biggest challenges that I see busy entrepreneurs and corporate professionals face is just not having enough time. And we've all been there before, right? We've just got so many things coming at us during the course of our business day that we don't want to forget. We don't want things to fall through the cracks. And you'll see people employ actually one of three strategies. Right? You'll see them go with the Post-it notes, all right? So they're writing stuff down on all these different Post-it notes, and they've got it stuck all over the place, and usually that falls through the cracks because you just, you lose one of them. The second option I've seen people do is they take a whole sheet of paper. You ever see this? They've got this big legal pad, and they're just writing stuff on it and crossing it off and writing it on it and crossing it off. And the problem with that is it can actually become overwhelming, the list itself, because as you're writing stuff down that you're never going to get everything done. And the third option I see people do is they just try to do it right now. Oh, let me kind of get this right now, and let me try to do this, let me try to do that. And the problem with that, though, is that they become scattered. They're all over the place doing all of this stuff, all of this, so they don't forget. Right? But during our session on how to overachieve without overcommitting, we have a real simple fix for this. All right, you know what it is? Get yourself a whiteboard. Okay? Go down to your local office supply store and get yourself a whiteboard, a big one that you can put in your office or by your desk or something where you can keep all of this in a place that you can trust. See, the thing about a whiteboard is it's all right there. It is something that you're not going to lose like Post-it notes. It's not going to feel overwhelming like having that long list, okay? Because what happens is when you get stuff on that whiteboard, here's what happens. You write down all the things that you need to do. I mean, all of the things you need to do. When I first did this, it was probably about 25, 30, actually probably more than that, things. It was, update my website. It was send out these proposals, do the marketing, do the this, get the that, follow up with this. It was like 30 or 40 things on there, all on my whiteboard. And I had it right there on my desk, okay? Now here's the trick. The whiteboard is not your to-do list. Okay, sometimes people think that that's what they're saying, well, what's the difference between the whiteboard and the long list of paper? The whiteboard is not your to-do list. The whiteboard is a place that you can trust, so it's not kept up in your head. Part of the challenge that gets us so overstimulated and overwhelmed is spending all of this time trying to remember what we need to remember so we don't forget. Okay, and that can be stress producing. You have it on the whiteboard, let's say 30 things, and then what you do is every morning or even every night, I personally have done both, so I don't think there's a problem either way, is every morning you take from that whiteboard and you write down 5 or 6 or 7 things on a to-do list. I personally use a 4x6 note card. All right, for me, that's something that I can quickly kind of, put in my pocket. It's not a big deal. So I have a 4x6 note card of all the things from the whiteboard, the 4, 5, or 6 things that I want to do that day. That becomes my to-do list. All right, so then I'm going about my day, I'm crossing things off, I'm moving around, I'm adding things back on, and here's the best part. At the end of the day, the things that I don't get done, and I don't get everything done, by the way, at the end of the day, the things that I don't get done, I can put back onto the whiteboard if I want to, or what I can do is I can just transfer some of those over to the next day, and then for that next day, usually I'll take some more stuff from my whiteboard and move on. And what happens is you're able to cross stuff off not only on your list, but you erase it on your whiteboard, and now you might start off when you first do it. I had, like I said, 30 or 40 things, but eventually it goes down, and eventually what you have is a kind of a foundational list of things that eventually you want to do, of maybe about 20, maybe even 15, 20, depends on how you do it, things that you need to do, and then you put them on your to-do list every single day. And what happens is 2 things. Number 1, you feel less stressed because you don't constantly trying to remember all this stuff. And number 2 is that you feel like you're more in control, you get stuff done during your day, you don't feel as reactionary. When people throw stuff on you during the middle of the day, you write it right on your to-do list, not the whiteboard, on your to-do list, because at the end of the day, you transfer it to where you need to go. And that is one of the things that we talk about all the time in our workshop on how to overachieve without overcommitting. People love it. We put it in our book. We put it in our audios. People love that. And that's some of the stuff that we talk about in terms of how you can get stuff done without killing yourself in the process. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully that's something maybe even you can use to yourself. If you'd like to take a look at maybe even having me come at one of your groups or sessions, by all means, check out some of the information that we've got right here on our website. Shoot me a line. I'd be more than happy to talk. But in the meantime, my name is Brian Hilliard, saying so long, take care, and thank you for your time.